The most dangerous place in the world isn't the streets of a city or the front lines of a battlefield. The most dangerous place in the world is inside your own mind. It's where your beliefs, your habits, your deepest convictions take root. And it's where you either rise or fall. Most people are broke, not because the world isn't full of opportunity. It is. Not because they don't work hard enough. They do. They're broke because they are trapped in a mental prison. A prison built on limiting beliefs, fear of failure, and a lack of vision. It's a prison so invisible, they don't even know they're locked inside. But it doesn't have to be this way. The truth is, you can break free from it. You can break free from the thoughts, the habits, the circumstances that keep you in chains. The world's richest people, the ones who've changed the course of history, didn't get to where they are by chance. They got there by mastering their own minds, by embracing a truth that most people refuse to even acknowledge. Success is not a matter of luck. It's a matter of choice. Look at the legends Edison, Carnegie, Disney, Ford. Do you think they just stumbled into wealth? No, they understood something fundamental, something that is just as true now as it was then. They understood that success starts in the mind. If your mind is poisoned with doubt, if your mind is consumed by excuses and the belief that you're not good enough, that you'll never make it, then that's exactly what will happen. You won't. But the moment you decide to break free from that prison, to shed those old limiting beliefs, everything changes. The world opens up to you. You can tap into a force so powerful that the entire universe begins to align with your purpose. Most people never make that decision. They get trapped in a cycle of blaming their circumstances, blaming their upbringing, blaming the system. They look at their bank accounts and they see nothing but emptiness. And they convince themselves that's just the way it is. They resign themselves to mediocrity, accepting their fate as something out of their control. But here's the reality: you are the creator of your own fate. Every successful person from history to today, no matter how different their circumstances were, shared one thing in common. They believed that they were in control. They knew that success wasn't about being born into the right family or having access to special opportunities. It was about having a vision so clear, so strong, that no obstacle could stand in the way. They knew that the moment they took responsibility for their lives, truly took responsibility, that's the moment everything shifted. Edison was rejected 1,000 times before his light bulb lit up the world. Lincoln lost countless elections before becoming one of the greatest presidents in history. Ford didn't create the automobile, but he revolutionized how it was made, turning it into an accessible part of daily life for the common man. What do they all have in common? They understood the power of belief. Not belief in the world or in circumstances, but belief in themselves. Belief that, no matter how many times they failed, they could try again and again. That is the fundamental difference between those who rise and those who stay stuck. It's the mindset of a winner. Most people live by the story they've been told, the story that society feeds them. They hear things like, money is hard to come by. You need connections to get ahead. You're lucky if you even get a chance. And so they shrink. They settle. They stop striving. But what if I told you that those stories are lies? They're lies designed to keep you small. They're lies designed to make you believe that the game is rigged against you. But here's the truth: the game is rigged in your favor, as long as you choose to play it on your terms. Think about it. You wake up every day with the ability to shape your future. Every action you take, every thought you think, every decision you make has the potential to push you closer to your dreams or further away from them. The question is to you, which direction are you choosing? What keeps people broke isn't a lack of resources, it's a lack of clarity. Most people don't know what they want. And because they don't know what they want, they end up getting exactly what they don't, wanting a life of stagnation. But when you have clarity, when you know exactly what you want and exactly why you want it, the whole world begins to shift in your favor. Think about the visionaries throughout history. They didn't just want wealth. They wanted to change the world. They had a purpose that was so clear, so powerful, it couldn't be ignored. And because they had that clarity, they had the discipline to pursue it, no matter how long it took, no matter how many failures they faced. no matter how many people doubted them. But here's the thing, clarity is not just about what you want. It's about why you want it. And most people don't have a strong enough why. They want money, sure. But money alone doesn't drive anyone to greatness. Money alone doesn't fuel that fire when everything seems impossible. You have to find your deeper purpose. What is it that you're really after? Is it freedom? Is it to leave a legacy? Is it to build something bigger than yourself? When you connect to that deeper purpose, to the reason that drives you, nothing can stand in your way. But it's not enough to have clarity. It's not enough to have a purpose. You need to develop discipline, the type of discipline that allows you to take consistent action day in and day out, even when the world tells you to stop. You see, the discipline isn't about restriction. It's about freedom. It's about knowing that you can achieve whatever you set your mind to as long as you commit to doing what needs to be done, even when it's hard. The road to success is not a straight line. It's a winding uphill journey, and along the way, you'll face distractions. You'll face doubts. You'll face temptation to quit. But if you stay disciplined, if you stay committed, success will be yours. It's in those moments of struggle when everything feels impossible that your true character is forged. It's when you feel like giving up, but you choose to push forward anyway, that you break free from the chains of mediocrity. The power of discipline is that it allows you to take action, even when you don't feel like it. It's the secret ingredient that separates the dreamers from the doors, the ones who stay broke from the ones who break free. But discipline alone is not enough. You need action, real, tangible, purposeful action. You can sit in a room all day, write down your goals, and visualize your success. But if you don't take action, nothing will change. Action is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It's what turns your vision into reality. And that's where most people fail. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for the right opportunity to knock. They wait for someone to hand them success on a silver platter. But success doesn't wait. Opportunity doesn't wait. If you want it, you have to go out and seize it. The moment you take that first step, the moment you commit to acting on your dreams, the world will begin to shift. The universe will respond. Doors will begin to open. People will start to notice. Opportunities will start to come your way. But you have to take action. No one can do it for you. No one is going to hand you the life you want. You have to create it with your own hands. The world you live in is a reflection of the thoughts you think. And the moment you shift your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance, everything begins to change. What most people fail to understand is that success is not about working harder. It's about working smarter and aligning your mind with the right energy. It's about understanding that the universe operates on a simple principling. What you focus on expands. The problem is that most people focus on the wrong things. They focus on their problems. They focus on what they don't have. They focus on the things they fear. And because they focus on these things, they attract more of them into their lives. The mind is a magnet, and it pulls towards you the energy you emit. Now, the shift you need to make is simple but powerful. Focus on abundance. Focus on what's possible, not what's impossible. Focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Focus on solutions, not problems. When you focus on what you have and on what you can create, you start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You start to see doors opening, not closing. And that's when the real magic happens. But abundance doesn't come from idle wishing or sitting around hoping things will get better. No, abundance comes from action. It comes from showing up day after day and relentlessly pursuing your goals with the belief that your effort will pay off. It's about putting in the work and trusting that the universe will match your energy. Now, let's be clear. Abundance isn't about simply being positive or thinking happy thoughts. It's about aligning your mind with the reality that you can create. It's about becoming a magnet for the opportunities that are already out there, waiting for you to claim them. But you can't do this unless you embrace gratitude. Gratitude is the foundation of abundance. It's the soil in which your dreams can grow. When you're thankful for what you have, for where you are right now, you open the doors to more of what you want. Gratitude is not just a feeling. It's a power, a force, a magnet that attracts more of what you desire. Do you know what separates the wealthy from the rest? It's not money, it's not luck, and it's not some secret formula. The difference is their ability to see opportunity where others see struggle. They see the world as a place full of abundance, not scarcity. And their gratitude for what they already have only amplifies this abundance. But gratitude isn't just about counting your blessings on paper. It's about embodying that gratitude every single day. It's about waking up every morning with a sense of thankfulness for the life you have and the life that's waiting for you. It's about knowing that no matter where you start, if you can stay focused on gratitude, success will find its way to you. There's another powerful principle that the world's most successful people understand: adaptability. They understand that the world is constantly changing, and that success isn't about sticking rigidly to one plan. Success is about being able to pivot when necessary, to evolve and to roll with the punches. The path to greatness is never straight. It's filled with unexpected turns, and if you're not willing to adapt, you'll be left behind. The world is shifting at a pace never seen before. New technologies, new ideas, new ways of doing things are being born every day. And if you're not adaptable, you risk getting trapped in the past, holding on to outdated methods and obsolete beliefs. The key to breaking free from the cycle of mediocrity is to stay open to change, to stay flexible, and to see every challenge as an opportunity for growth. When you embrace adaptability, you stop fearing change. You stop worrying about what you don't know, and instead, you focus on learning. You realize that each moment, each failure, each setback is not something to be feared, but something to be learned from. In every experience, there's a lesson waiting for you to discover. And when you take that lesson and apply it, you get closer to your goals. But to learn, you must be open. Open to feedback, open to criticism, open to new ideas. Too many people are so focused on being right, they close themselves off to the very insights that could catapult them to success. They cling to what they know, to what they're comfortable with, because they're afraid of what they don't understand. Let me ask you this: are you willing to be wrong in order to be right? Are you willing to learn from your failures and mistakes? Or are you going to let them define you? The most successful people in history, the ones who changed the world, were not afraid to fail. They didn't allow setbacks to dictate their future. They learned from every mistake, every misstep, and used it as fuel to push forward. It's this resilience, this unbreakable will arise every time you fall, that sets the truly successful apart. Every time you get knocked down, every time you face adversity, it's an opportunity to prove that you can stand up stronger than before. Look at the greats again. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before he invented the light bulb. Walt Disney went bankrupt more times than most people even try. Steve Jobs was fired from the company he founded. But they didn't quit. They didn't let failure define them. Instead, they used it as a springboard to greater heights. And that's what you must do too. It's not about never failing. It's about how you respond when you do. When you cultivate resilience, you develop a mindset that refuses to give up no matter what. You build an inner strength that makes you unstoppable, a force that can't be broken by any external circumstance. Every challenge you face, every obstacle in your path, is not a sign that you should give up. It's a sign that you are on the right track. You're growing. You're evolving. And the more challenges you face, the closer you get to your breakthrough. The greatest tragedy of the average person is not that they fail. It's that they stop trying. The world's most successful people fail more than anyone else, but they never allow failure to become their identity. It's simply an event, one step on a journey. You see, failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. The key difference between those who stay broke and those who rise to greatness is that the successful ones don't let failure be the end of the story. They let it be the middle of it. They treat failure like a lesson, not a death sentence. The power of learning is where the transformation happens. Most people shy away from failure because they see it as something to be avoided at all costs. But the greatest lessons are born from struggle. The greatest triumphs are born from setbacks. Think of a blacksmith hammering steel. It's the heat and the pressure that shape the metal into something strong, something unbreakable. In the same way, your struggles shape you. They refine you. They teach you the skills, the strategies, and the mindset you need to become who you were always meant to be. The question isn't, will you fail? The question is, how will you rise after you fall? The difference between the winners and the losers is how they respond to adversity. Winners see adversity as a challenge to conquer, not an obstacle to avoid. Losers see it as a sign to give up. But it's that resilience, that inner fire that will push you through when you feel like quitting. You must develop the ability to learn from every failure, every setback. Failure isn't a sign to stop. It's a sign to get better, to refine your approach, to grow stronger. It's your signal that you are on the right path. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be facing those challenges in the first place. But this brings us to another critical piece of the puzzle. Your vision. Where are you headed? What is the destination that drives you to rise each day and chase your dreams? You see, without a vision, without clarity, there is no direction. You're like a ship without a rudder, tossed around by every wave that comes your way. But a clear vision, a vision so strong that it feels like it's already happening, that's what gives you your direction. That's what keeps you moving when the storm is raging, when the winds are against you. Your vision doesn't have to be big to be powerful. It doesn't have to be grandiose. But it has to be yours. It has to be something that ignites a fire inside you that makes you want to wake up every morning and go after it with everything you've got. The problem with most people is that they let life happen to them. They let the world dictate their path. They wait for someone else to give them permission to chase their dreams. But the successful ones, the ones who break free from the chains of mediocrity, they don't wait for permission. They create their own path. They build their own vision brick by brick, and they make that vision their mission. Think about it. Do you want to live a life dictated by the world, or do you want to live a life where you are the one who decides? The people who stay broke are the ones who let life make decisions for them. The people who rise to greatness are the ones who choose their own destiny. They have a vision so strong that nothing can divert them from it. And let me tell you, when you have that vision, when it is so clear and so powerful in your mind that it feels like your success is already inevitable, that is when you truly break free. That is when you stop being a passenger in your own life and take the wheel. When you step into your vision with unwavering conviction, the world has no choice but to move out of your way. But here's the secret that most people don't understand. It's not enough to simply have a vision. It's not enough to dream. You must take massive action towards that vision. Every single day, you have to develop a level of obsession, a passion so intense that you cannot be distracted from your mission. You have to be willing to put in the work when no one is watching, when no one is cheering you on. You have to be willing to keep going, even when the journey gets tough, even when you feel like you hit rock bottom, because here's the thing. There will be days when it feels like everything is falling apart. There will be days when you want to quit. There will be days when you question whether it's all worth it. But if you can push through those moments, if you can rise up and keep going when the world tells you to stop, that's when you unlock the power within you. The path to wealth, to freedom, to success is paved with those moments. Those moments when you're tested, when you feel like giving up, but you decide to press on anyway. It's in those moments that you find your true power. It's in those moments that you discover who you really are. Not just a person with potential, but a person with unstoppable potential. So you've got to ask yourself, are you willing to fight for your dreams? Are you willing to put in the work, to learn from your failures, to keep pushing forward when everyone else has given up? Because if you are, there is nothing that can stop you. The universe will meet you halfway. The opportunities will come. The people you need will show up. But you have to take that first step. You have to have the courage to move forward, even when the path is unclear. And once you do, once you begin to trust in your own power and your own potential, you will break free from the chains that have held you back for so long. You will rise above the noise, above the doubt, and you will create the life you were always meant to live. But it starts with a choice. The choice to no longer stay stuck. The choice to no longer accept mediocrity as your reality. The choice to step into your power, your vision, and your destiny. The choice to break free from the invisible prison you've been living in. The choice is yours. Hey, Ju, yo, and G, Ju now. As you stand on the edge of your future, ask yourself, what do you want to leave behind? What is the legacy you wish to create in this world? The truth is, most people live their lives as if they have forever. They waste time, squander their potential, and let fear dictate their choices. But time is not your friend. Time waits for no one. And if you are not actively building the life you want, you are by default building the life you don't want. Here's the brutal truth. The clock is ticking. Every moment you delay, every moment you waste, is a moment you can never get back. Every second you spend wondering if you can succeed is a second that could have been used to build something extraordinary. So why wait? Why waste another day wondering when the breakthrough will come when you have the power to create it today? You see, time doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about the hurdles in your way. Time is an indifferent force. It keeps moving forward regardless of your readiness. So you must make a decision now. A decision that shifts everything. You must decide to stop waiting for the perfect moment. There will never be a perfect moment. There will never be a time when everything aligns in your favor. The perfect time is now, because all you have is right now. If you want to break free, if you want to rise above the ordinary, if you want to become the person you were always meant to be, you must make the decision to act now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not in the future. Right now. The universe doesn't wait for you to be ready. It meets you where you are, but it requires you to take that first step. It's the law of momentum. When you move, the universe moves with you. When you sit still, so does everything around you. But once you make the decision to act, once you start moving toward your dreams, things begin to shift. Doors open. People appear. Resources materialize. But you must take that first step, even if it's small, even if it's shaky. Even if you don't have it all figured out yet, the key is to begin. And when you begin, the momentum will build, the confidence will grow, and the universe will respond. You have more power within you than you can even begin to imagine. You have the potential to create anything you desire, to break free from the chains of mediocrity, and to build a life filled with abundance, success, and fulfillment. But it requires you to step into that power. It requires you to take the action, to trust the process, and to commit to your vision. This is your moment. This is your time. Don't let it slip through your fingers. Don't let fear or doubt keep you stuck in a life that isn't yours. You are not meant to stay where you are. You are meant to rise above the excuses, rise above the fear, rise above the doubt, rise above the struggles, because you were born for greatness. You were born to break free. And now it's time to claim your birthright. The road ahead will not be easy. It will be filled with challenges. There will be moments when you feel like giving up. But in those moments, remember this: the pain, the struggle, the adversity. It's all part of your transformation. It's all part of your journey. And every time you push through, every time you keep going, you get one step closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. So stand tall, stand strong, and take that step forward. The world is waiting for you to show up. Your success is waiting for you to claim it. You are not here to play small. You are here to make an impact. You are here to break free from the chains that have held you back for so long. Now, go out there and make it happen. Your future is not some distant dream. It's right here, right now, waiting for you to step into it. Are you ready? The time is now. Break free.